Good evening. I'm John Barbin with Robert J. Barbin Inc. and Barbin Fruit Company. Congratulations to the Griffin family on Ben Hill Griffin III's induction into South Florida State College Legacy Society.
We met Ben Hill Griffin III in the early 80s, and we've been socially connected with him and business-wise ever since. And Ben Hill was beyond generous with his time and money, and he was quite an inspiration to me to continue on a smaller scale, but he was a very generous man. That's all I got to say.
Well, I think Ben Hill, he loved the community in general, but different, things that we saw firsthand were obviously for the college, and then for Charlie and I, he was involved helping with different rodeo things, and he and Charlie worked on some ag deputy dinners together, and just things a lot of years gone by that things that I can remember, whether it was sports, politics, a lot of things that he's just got a giving heart, and South Florida State College is blessed to have had him. Yes, we all are.
Dad would tell me that the donations that were invested closest to home would have the greatest impact. And so South Florida State College is right in the middle of our community, so it was just a natural for him to support the college.
Ben Hill Griffin III, as CEO of Alico, gave the land where Florida Gulf Coast University now sits. But right here with South Florida State College, he has endowed over 30 scholarships in the last 5 years. Just recently, I was at a scholarship recognition reception, and those students got up and talked about what those scholarships meant to them. Some of those students were first-time young, starting their careers. Others were returning parents coming back to make a difference for their families. And you could tell in their voices, and some with tears, what those scholarships meant to them.
My name is Marlene Gonzalez. I'm a junior. Currently, I am pursuing supervision and management. My future goals is to graduate next spring in 2023 and work at Public's corporate office. And one of my dreams would be to help others who've also struggled to receive their degree because of difficult circumstances.
Well, I think supporting higher education was very important to my dad, and I think a big part of that was that he realized how fortunate that he was. He grew up in a family that could afford to go to college. So to give back and support young people that were pursuing a career and a better life for themselves and their family, I think that was very rewarding for him.
The impact it took on me is that I didn't have to hold off on getting my degree. It's helped me feel more effective and productive in my school life. It helped me pay part of my tuition since I was struggling a bit, since I only worked part-time.
Ben Hill wasn't very, he didn't look for accolades on his generosity, and every once in a while he might mention to me something if he wanted me to participate, but he was pretty closed-mouthed about what he did, and his daddy was the same way. I think there's a biblical scripture somewhere that says, "Don't let the right hand or the left hand know what the right hand is doing." And he's pretty closed-mouthed about it, and wasn't looking for a lot of publicity.
So early in my career of giving back to the citrus industry, I was asked to serve on a citrus allotment committee. Supply was exceeding demand, and there was an idea that we could come up with an allotment program to raise the prices for the Florida citrus growers. At the first organizational meeting, they elected a chairman. It just happened to be the youngest guy in the room with the least amount of grapefruit. Yours truly was there. At that time, Bobby McCown, he was CEO of Florida Citrus Mutual and just was elected into the Ag Hall of Fame this year. He leans into me and he chuckles and he says, "Barbin, you just got fed to the wolves." Well, I made it through that meeting, and on the way home, I'm thinking about it, and I said, "God, you've got to give me strength to get through this because I don't have the wisdom that's around that room." So I came home, I talked to my dad about it, and several days later, my dad looked at me and he said, "You need to call Ben Hill and talk to him about it." So I made the phone call, and Ben Hill made me feel relaxed right off the bat. He said, "John, you're right in your thinking. You're right that this program won't work, but let me tell you why it won't work." Through those committee meetings, we met for probably 3 or 4 months. I had numerous conversations with Ben Hill, and he gave me that wisdom to go up against all the other wisdom which was in the room, and we ended up defeating that. But that started a long personal relationship, and any other committee that I ever served on, when there's a big issue that came up, I always called Ben Hill III to get his perspective on it.
Well, Dad, for many years, he supported Little League teams and FFA and 4-H and kids that were raising animals, and he was a donator to our care center, our Chamber of Commerce, and just, many areas. So it just makes me proud. And, we are so fortunate to live in this country and in this state of Florida, and to have a family business that is passed down now for 3 generations. Just the pride of giving back to your community, is important, and it's rewarding. And I remember Dad telling me that rising tide floats all boats. So that was important to him, to give back to his community.
The Griffin family has a long legacy of giving to upper education in the state of Florida. Ben Hill Griffin Jr. has given to the University of Florida mainly through athletics. We all know the stadium is named after him.
Absolutely. Dad just followed in his father's footsteps, and his father supported many colleges and universities and foundations, and so Dad just came by it honestly. And but he also, it was personal to him as well. He didn't just continue that because that's what his father, he genuinely believed in that as well. So that was important.
He would love this legacy because this celebration, because of his, he loved for people to fellowship and be together. So this would be something he would enjoy.
I think my dad would say that there are a lot of people that are deserving of this award, and I don't think that thought ever crossed his mind that he would receive an award for giving something that he was taught and just kind of came natural to him. But I know that he would appreciate it, and it was a part of who he was.
I would like to thank Mr. Ben Griffin for the opportunity to be a recipient of the scholarship, and how I will take full advantage of this opportunity to further my career.
Yeah, I just wanted to say on behalf of my father and my family and our company, just so appreciate being recognized for this award, and for years of support given. And so look forward to many more years.
So with that, I say thank you to the Griffin family for what y'all give. I appreciate your friendship. I love y'all, and God bless. Have a wonderful evening.